Welcome back to
No, but seriously, the podcast that keeps it honest, keeps it real, but not too serious.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Jamaica.
Welcome back.
So, it has been another long while. But today we are talking about Love is Blind. Which kind of goes with our theme of what we've been talking about is dating. I mean, we've been on this dating topic for a while now.
I mean, is it dating though?
We haven't been dating, right. But I don't even know if what they be doing on Love is Blind is dating.
I don't know what that is. It's not dating.
That whole show is just. Almost everybody thinks this whole season was like a shit show, but
because it was,
it really was. Like it just, I think it was just like crap from the beginning. Like it just, there was no like, I don't think that there was any like one person that was like, oh, I like that person. Like I'm watching it for them, you know.
There wasn't even a couple for me. Like, yeah. I was just like, I don't like none of y'all.
Yeah, and I'm like, now I'm just so invested. I gotta finish and see how this shit show ends, you know.
I can tell you that this is the first season that I like skipped in the pods. Usually I'll watch the pods. Mm-hmm. But this is the first one where I would like skip through it.
I think there were certain couples I would skip through.
I just skipped through it just in general. I'm like, yeah, no.
I think I definitely didn't pay attention to a lot of stuff in the pods because I'm like, I don't remember him, like, you know, him saying that, or I don't remember her saying that. But
the one thing I don't remember a person talking about is Izzy about his credit score in the pods. I don't remember, but he brings it up like he did.
So I don't know if they showed him talking about it or if they just showed Johnny talking about it like back in their like area.
I don't remember none of that.
I know that Johnny talked about it when they went back to their area. And I kind of liked Johnny. So here's my problem, because everybody's making this whole big thing that she like dumped one guy and then got dumped by the other guy she wanted and then she went back to the other guy. I'm like, that's the nature of the fucking show. Like, you're dating everybody. Like,
yeah, but the way she broke up with him and then within what it felt like the same day, she's like, oh no, my bad. Like, you know, I'm gonna date you. Like within the same day.
It probably was the same day.
Like, I'm like, no, give it at least a day.
It probably was the same day. But I feel like there's been guys on other seasons that have done that. But when a girl does it,
I don't like the guys that do it either.
I know. Me. But like, think about it. Zach did it.
Yes, and I didn't like Zach.
You didn't like Zach because he did it, or you didn't like Zach because of
both?
No, I just feel like everybody was so hard on her for that, and I'm like, the nature of the show is like you dating these people, and you have to come to one decision. I can imagine that that's hard.
But if you the idea also is love is blind, right? Mm-hmm. And if you are in love with that person, and that person rejects you then I'm leaving. I'm not gonna go and.
But
go to
I think that she was feeling very strongly for both of them.
See,
I think it was hard to be like, okay, the one, like, I could see that if you're the only person I'm interested in, you dump me, okay, then I'm leaving.
Like, what's that girl's name? The one that actually left. I mean, she has other reasons on top of that too, but
unpopular opinion, I did not like her.
I mean, neither did I. I don't like nobody on the show.
But I feel like everybody was like really rooting for her, and I just did
the
not
one that
like
I
her.
would have actually kind of rooted for was the one that married the fucking American dude. What's her name? Taylor, is it?
Oh, the one that got engaged to JP?
Yeah. That's the only one that I kind of rooted for in a bit. And then
I don't know. I just feel like she just highlights a bigger problem. Like, we get treated so shitty that you get such an applause when you stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? Right. Like, that's what's supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. But she gets such an applause and so much love because she did
but she wasn't in half of this other stuff.
But that's how much we don't do it. Is that when it gets done, that it's just like so amazing. She's this amazing person because she broke up with a dude that obviously was not interested.
I liked her because she was also like not involved in all this other stuff, and she tried to talk to him. You know, like she tried to bring up the issues. You know, and not just.
I mean, that even watching that was so awkward.
It was.
So I can't even imagine what filming that was like. And sometimes I think it is the editing, but like I think he was just awkward because even at the reunion, like he was just awkward.
What was awkward was when he was like, what is it that they had asked him, like, oh, is she somebody you would go up to at the bar? Oh. And then he was like, no, actually my friends would like.
I'm like, what are you, 5? Right. Like, what do you mean your friends will start the conversation?
Like, just, oh my God. Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, my friend's interested in you all the time? Like, I mean, I think that happens sometimes, but all the time? Like, you never approach a girl? Why the hell well, maybe that's why he went on the show. Because he doesn't know how to approach women. I don't know,
but that was not cute.
I don't know.
But going back to Johnny.
I just feel like she got way more hate than was she petty? When, we all are. Like, when the guy we want doesn't pick us and he picks a girl that we don't think he should be with, like, yeah, she was a little petty. She made some petty comments, but I don't think it was that big of a deal for them to have this like huge beef about it.
Honestly, that beef was like, it felt so fake though.
It's so stupid.
It felt so fake. And then like for it to go all the way to the reunion, like,
and even after, like, there's still stuff after.
Like, I think that was so fake though for what's that other girl's name? As soon as
Stacey?
Johnny, as soon as Johnny walked in, Stacey over here fucking almost rolling her eyes and shit. And then as Stacey's talking, Johnny's being
Johnny is like, I don't give
right, like, y'all gotta be grown adults too. Come on now.
I thought that was petty of the producers to like zoom in on them like having a side chat or whatever.
Right. I mean, it's all for clickbait and stuff. Mm-hmm.
But I never liked Stacey. I kind of agree with Johnny. I didn't think Stacey and Izzy would be that great together. And I kind of liked Izzy in the pods.
See, nah.
I kind of did in the beginning. I don't know when it switched for me, but I kind of liked him in the pods. But as soon as they came out of the pods, I just did not like them two together. And I think that made me start to dislike him. And then he started acting in ways I didn't like either. And then they were kind of like ganging up on that girl at that dang little get together.
All of them though.
And I'm like, why do y'all care? Like, if y'all are engaged and happy, like why does this even matter? Right. Like, why are you inserting yourself in her relationship with Chris? Right. And like, why do you?
And then Chris over here, like, I just want to make sure I'm good with Izzy. Like,
why? Like, why does that matter?
Right. I was like, boy, if you don't stop.
Like, I feel like y'all have nothing to talk about. Y'all dated the same girl, like, and it was kind of weird and messy. Leave it alone.
Right. I feel you on that.
It's when you try and like hash out details and talk about details, that's when it gets stupid. But Chris shocked the hell out of me. I was like, I thought you were a good dude, and you end up. He basically ditched this girl on her birthday weekend, and then never saw her again, and started seeing somebody else.
Found himself a whole new wife, basically. A whole new wife.
I was like, whoa. And I know so much time had passed, but they were just so still chill about it, and I'm just like, no, like I can't.
And then what did Chris say that like pissed me off in that? Oh my God, I forgot what.
At the reunion?
Yeah, when they were like talking about it with him. And then
I know he said, well, we kind of went our separate ways, and like Nick was like, no, you went your separate way.
No, but there was something else where like he was like, if I love somebody, or they had asked them something, and basically was like insinuating like if he loves them, if he loved somebody, he wouldn't have cheated. And then they were like, oh, but you did, though. You know, like, you ended up doing it.
Yeah.
I forgot exactly what it said, but
and it was just like, so, like, you just pretty much ghosted her, and then you have a new girlfriend. Like, what?
Right. That you're living together with now, you know?
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
That feels so similar. I mean, I didn't get ghosted, but you know,
we haven't gone back to our other episodes. Please do.
New girlfriends popping up. That's for sure. But okay. So I did not like Aaliyah. And she's the girl that left early. Mm-hmm. I did not like her.
I didn't like.
And I just felt like, I'm not trying to get on them for being emotional, but like, damn, they were crying like every fucking episode, and it's just like,
well, she was.
Yeah, and like every episode, I'm just like, I don't want to. Like, why are you crying? Oh, they were just so, her and Lydia, like, just both crying so much in like the pods, and I'm just like, why? Like,
yep.
Like, what did y'all think y'all were signing up for? Like,
I don't know, but I can't say much, right? Because I feel like I probably would have ended up crying too.
So much so that it keeps getting caught on camera.
I mean, not that, but I would have cried once or twice.
Right, but they all like, and I think I saw somebody write this or say this or something. They all would like run back and start crying to each other. I'm like, I would not do that.
Oh, no.
I would like stay in the hallway, you know, like pull myself together, you know, like do something.
No, I would not go in there crying. Yeah. And I would not expect anybody to come and try to hug me and stuff, because I don't fuck with y'all like that. You know? Like,
and they're literally in the pods for 10 fucking days. And like, where are these girls coming up with these real strong friendships? Like, the I love you, like, you're my girl, like, y'all are like literally there for 10 days.
You remind me of me.
Like, how are y'all getting so close? Like, I get you don't have nothing to do but kind of talk to each other or go on dates, but still.
But I think it's also because you're going through the same thing. Like, in a way, you're like trauma bond to the people there, bro. Like, hey, we're being real.
I could see that. I guess I could see that. But it was just like, that's very unhealthy that, I mean, I get you have a bond that you guys are on the same show or whatever, but to be so close in such a short amount of time. And
because like, you can't go on, like, once you leave and you go tell your mom about it, like, they're not going to understand, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's why they were so close to one another, even after the show.
Yeah. I mean, after the show makes sense. But, like, during those 10 days, it's just, like...
Or maybe they were faking it to get more info on the dude they like.
Yeah, maybe. And girls are so catty and drama-filled. I can't imagine what was really going on, what we didn't see.
Like, I want to know the conversation Aaliyah and Lydia had for Aaliyah to fucking leave.
Right. Like, why we didn't see... Yeah, why we didn't see the confrontation. Where's the... I don't think they had any footage of that.
No, they didn't. I didn't see nothing.
Yeah. And that sucks. That's the thing we need to see, because who was really in the wrong? I don't think Lydia was wrong in her response. Based on how the scenario was explained, I don't think Lydia was wrong for getting mad. And like, because I think Aaliyah said, she said something like, well, if he doesn't propose, you can have him. And I kind of would have been offended by that too.
But she was under the assumption that Lydia knew.
No, at that point, they knew that they had dated and all that.
I know, but I think she was under the assumption that Lydia went on there to pursue.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And that's why she, out of anger, she said that.
Right, but for you to think that her response was too much, like, I don't think that was too much. Like, I would have been mad at that too. I don't know. If I really wasn't there for him, you know, like, I really wasn't there for him.
Right.
And you knew what you were doing when you said that.
I think Lydia was there for him.
I don't think so. I think Lydia has been portrayed to be the crazy person, and I'm going to tell you why. And I think it's easy for her to be portrayed the crazy Puerto Rican who speaks kind of broken English with this black guy who's well educated, who speaks eloquently. You know, like, I think it was easy for them to edit her that way.
Right. But so, I do think she went there for whatever his name was.
Uche?
Yes, I do think so.
I don't think so.
I do.
I do believe what she said. You know, like, maybe, I think when they were casting in Chicago, we were like, oh, they're, you know, casting Love is Blind. I could see that being, you know, something that they said to each other.
Yes.
But I don't think it was a plan after, like, oh, he's applying then, so I'm going to apply. I think that's stupid. I think this is not the show for that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same question that they had, the whatever, as the cast members. Like, do you think after finding out that they knew each other and the producers knew, do you think they should have been allowed on the show?
I think that it's hard because I don't want to say they shouldn't have been allowed on the show because I feel like, you know, big cities aren't as big as they seem. Mm-hmm. And so I'm honestly surprised that this is the first time this has happened. But I think that everybody should have been told. But I also feel like I feel like it would have messed up the show, but the show was already ruined. But I feel like they should have been told that there's a couple, like there's two people here who used to date before. I don't think they should have been told who, but I do think that they should have been informed of that at least. And I think that both men and women probably would have like interacted with each other differently on their ends, like not in the pods. I don't think that would have changed things. But I think,
but you being in. Like, let's say if you were there and you had this information, you don't think you would have overthought some of these things?
I think if I would have known who it was. If they were like, you know, like Lydia came in and told all the girls, like, Uche used to be my ex. I'd have been like, okay, Uche's out. You know what I mean? Like, right. I would Uche's out.
But not knowing, how is that a difference? But knowing but not knowing at the same time.
Then I feel like you have to give everybody a fair shot. If you don't know. You know what I mean? Right. Which is the premise of the show. You give everybody a chance.
I don't think they would have been on. But
you think they should have been kicked off?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Yes, I think they should have both been kicked off, and then whoever was the leftovers. Like,
I think I'm biased, like Lydia's biased, because I like her and Milton.
I mean, I think they're a nice couple and everything, but I agree with Aaliyah. I think in a way, whoever would have probably ended up with Uche as well, right? Like, there still would have been some type of conflict, you know. And I agree. They kind of didn't take that from her, but in a way, right? Like, it probably didn't feel as sincere to that person.
I get it, but I also think that they made a good point. Is they had the same experience. Milton had the same experience. Right. He had to deal with the fact that she dated Uche. Right. So, and somehow they made it through that. Right. I don't think that Uche handled it.
But I don't think it was fair for Milton either.
No, I don't think it was. No. If we talk about fair, no, I don't think it was fair. But I think that it matters who is dealing with the situation. I feel like some people can deal with that scenario better than others. And I feel like Uche is just not a great person.
See, if I was
in general, so like to deal with a difficult situation at the beginning of a relationship, like I don't think he is ideal for that.
I would have been like, y'all need to go. If I was the producer, like, y'all both go.
Low key, I think Uche went there for Lydia's ass or to sabotage her.
What gives you that impression?
Because he seems like the type of guy.
Because he seems.
Well, that's what you're doing with Lydia.
No, Lydia clearly said in the pods, let's start from zero.
No, I feel like that was a bad edit. I think that she was saying, like, does this mean we should start from zero? You know, like, what are the chances that we would both end up here together? Like, is this a sign? You know, like, I think that was the conversation. I think that
was a bad edit. It didn't sound like
I think that was the conversation. I feel like that was the conversation. And I feel like I would have thought the same thing. Like, if I go on a show and my ex happens to be there, I'm like, God, is you trying to tell me something? You know, like.
Right. And I would have been like, okay, then, do you want to give this a try? Like, is God really sending me this man on this show that we would have never thought we would both be on? Okay, then let's give it a shot. Right? Then that's what I mean. Then I don't think that's fair.
I think that she was just asking it. I don't think she was like, I think she was like, does this mean anything more? I don't think she meant like, yes, let's do it again.
I don't know. I don't know if Lydia went for him, or I don't know if Uche went for her, but I think they probably. I
think we will never know the truth. That's the thing. We'll never know the truth. They both have, like Milton said, he's on X, she's on Y, and the answer is in the middle somewhere.
Yes. There's two sides to each story.
Yeah.
Yes, and nobody knows the truth. Only them two know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't even know if they know the truth. You know what I mean? Like, they have their own biased perspectives.
Yeah.
And
their own experiences.
The truth is in the middle somewhere. And maybe the truth is a combination of both of their shitty stories. Because as much as I like Lydia, her story seems kind of shitty.
But Lydia did too much, bro. Like,
she was crying. She's a very emotional person.
Very, very,
very emotional. Like, she wears her emotions
up front.
Yes. And out loud.
Yes.
So that is a lot. But that is also why I like Milton, because he is so calm. I think she needs that.
Well, yes, she does, because in that episode where she walked out expecting Milton to come after her, like, he over there for
I don't think she expected him to come after her. I think she was just like, no, I need a minute.
No, she just needed to look back. That's all she needed to do. And then he's over there eating his food like, okay, cool, she gonna come back.
I feel like Milton is a little too calm in some scenarios. And
I don't know. I feel like Milton was
fine. Calm enough. Like, I think that they can complement each other. I think that's why I like them together, because I do think she can get him to show a little bit more emotion, and he can get her to calm down her emotions. So I do like them. I like them. I didn't like Lydia maybe like the first couple episodes, like when she was talking to Izzy. I didn't really like her then.
I didn't like the pods between Milton and Lydia. I didn't really.
Oh, you didn't? I think that's when I started to like them. I was a little worried when he found out about her and Uche and like how that went or whatever. I do feel like somebody said she's a pick-me girl, and
I don't see that.
I don't know if she's a pick-me girl. I think she's just like really wanting to find her person, and I feel like that looks like a pick-me person.
I didn't see the pick-me girl. I saw a girl that wanted to be loved and was willing to get loved by anybody and whoever it was.
And that was the premise of the show, is to be open to love from whoever.
Right, but I think it could have been anybody. Like, is what I'm saying. It could have been anybody. She just wanted to feel loved. And
I think that she didn't go in there with any
It could have been anybody, okay? And I think, like, I agree, like, and I get it. I've been there where you want to be loved, where you want to be that first choice.
Like,
right. Yeah. Like, I get it.
You'll accept an Uche.
Right. Right. And like, I get it, but it shouldn't be that way, is what I'm saying.
Who do you think you're most like of all the girls?
I'm probably most like Lydia, for all I know. Just probably not as emotional. I don't cry every 5 minutes. Because if I don't think I'm like, can I be bougie like Stacey? Yes, but I don't think I have daddy's money like that.
Yeah,
so I don't think I have that personality to say.
Yeah, but I think Stacey has her own money though too.
I don't know. That's not what TikTok says.
Oh, really? It's mostly her dad?
Yeah, that's what it's been. I don't see myself as Johnny.
I mean, can we talk about how on point Stacey's dad is though? Like, love is blind, but it's also like it likes to go on trips. It likes to get bills paid. Like, it likes good credit and all that. Like, all that shit is true.
Right.
Like, you can't just be like, I love you, and like forget all the other stuff, because all the other stuff is why people get divorced.
That's what I was just gonna say.
It's not the love.
Yeah, like, when money's tight, love goes out the window. Because it's a lot of other factors into it. You can love that person to death, but if that, God forbid, that person gets cancer, y'all tight on bills, and that person get cancer, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, and they just have very different lifestyles. Right. I mean, he wanted to go 50-50 on dinner.
On dinner, okay? I understand the bills, but on dinner? What you gonna expect for me to drive next? No.
And you move it into her house, which is also,
Right, no. You know how I feel about that.
And you just switched jobs. Like, they talking about he jobless, but he had switched jobs. And then his story, it was just...
The end when he was like, I can give her any guy. What did he say? Any rich guy.
Oh, and I'm like, why didn't they talk about that on the reunion? Because I feel like that was pretty shitty of them to like say to her, about her. And then they're talking about they dated after. I'm like, girl, did you watch that? Like, well, I guess not right after, but like he said that, and I was like, that was a pretty low dig. Talking about why is she 33 and don't have no husband?
Right. When you 29 and on the same show.
Right, like that was a bitter comment that he made, just like Johnny. Johnny made a bitter comment, but when she made it, you jumped down her throat, and he gets a pass. I feel like they were acting weird on the reunion. Her and Stacey and Izzy. I don't know why they were acting weird to me.
Cause they're fucking. The way he was holding her leg, the way he was like rubbing on her leg, and she just let him do it when they not together, and apparently They have their own partners, apparently. Yeah. And if I was their partner, I was watching that. Oh, no, we done. You gonna let him do that in front of cameras? And no. The way he would literally rub her, bro.
Like groping her?
Literally, though. And then he would, like, pat and, like, hold her knee and stuff. And she over here giggling. And I'm like, yeah, nah. Y'all fucking.
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe that's why they were acting weird.
No, yeah. No. And then I feel like Izzy was just trying to get at any girl. After the thing, he probably made out with.
Yeah, you making out with everybody. Exactly. Like
you're a little fuckboy.
How you gonna talk about Johnny like that, and then you end up making out with her when your marriage don't work out?
Exactly.
But she's such a shitty person.
Right. But y'all made out. I tell
you, these boys.
These men, these boys, whatever they're called.
They boys. They not men. They boys.
I don't know what it is, but they not doing what's needed to be done.
Yeah.
They in their childish ways.
I just feel like everybody that goes, not everybody, a lot of people that go on the show have issues with dating. And they don't get magically fixed because we put a wall in between us and another person.
I've always thought about, like, I wonder if, like, why don't they have them go through, like a, not a psychology, like, assessment, but, like, something.
That's what they do on Married at First Sight.
Yeah, like I feel like that should be done too at Love is Blind, because half of these are not what we need.
These are psych cases. Like they need mental health treatment.
Mommy issues, daddy issues. You got financial issues.
No, for real. I do feel like they should add like some sort of like premarital counseling after the pod. Yeah, I do feel like they should add some form of that after the.
Because Married at First Sight has it.
Yeah, they do. Well, Married at First Sight, they're actually married at that point.
No, so, I know, but you're leading to marriage though with Love is Blind.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's a little bit of Lydia in all of us.
As long as I'm not a Stacey.
I mean, Lydia is a great person, I think. She just wears her emotions out loud. She's educated.
She is.
She has a great job. She can take care of herself. She's responsible. Yeah. I think it's the men. I don't think it's her. I think it's the trauma.
Right.
I think it's the trauma.
Right.
From men.
Right. I don't think.
And I feel like we all have that question, like, when is it going to be my turn? You know, especially after you keep having, like, failed relationships. Yeah, like, damn, when is it? Mm-hmm. Like, is there somebody meant for me? I don't think that how she felt was, like, so crazy.
No, I understand that part, I'm just iffy on the whole, and she went for Uche. That's the only thing.
I really just truly don't believe that that's how it went down.
That's the only thing that's on my
mind. Do I think that they talked about the casting? Yes. Do I think that she planned to be there for him? No.
Like I said, that's the only thing from me. But everything else is great. I think her and Milton are great. But
I do like her and Milton, a lot. So.
But let's talk about these edits about this other couple. That did not make it.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about you talking about Renee and Carter. I keep seeing snippets of stuff about like him trying to like fight production or something like that.
They want their money.
They want what money?
Because they did the recording of it up until the altar.
Oh, they want to get paid for it. Oh, I see what you're saying. But they didn't get aired.
Right.
So you won't get paid for it.
Right. But they're like, we still want some money because we were part of the experiment in a way.
Oh, no, I heard that he was trying to fight production when they went to Mexico or something.
Oh, I thought
I saw something like that.
I didn't hear none of that.
Yeah, I mean, I could get that. Like, we went all the way through it and you just completely edited it out. And Renee made it sound like they were still going to show their story, just not as many clips. But they didn't show them at all. If anything, they badly edited her out.
Yeah, because she's in one clip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as like a guest.
Yeah. And y'all would have been like, y'all paying me for that clip?
Something like.
And then Carter's in one clip too. He's
they're at the barbecue. Yeah, they were at the barbecue.
I've been like, every time you see my foot, my finger.
But they got clipped out pretty good because remember they were all in Mexico at the beach or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
I don't remember seeing them at all.
No, me neither.
So they got.
Or what if that's the day they left? I mean, not that because they didn't leave. Maybe that's the day they stayed in their hotel. I
don't know.
Because you don't have to go to these things. It's just like, you know.
Well, they usually have like the meetup of all the couples in Mexico. But yeah, they were not there. And maybe that was after he tried to fight production. I don't know.
Maybe.
But would you do Love is Blind?
Here's
not after the 5th season. Let's say this was the very first season. Would you do it?
Here's my thing. And I'm going to probably sound racist. Okay?
Because you only want somebody.
Look. I cannot end up with a white man. Okay? I kid you not.
That white man might give you everything you want.
While he's wearing American flag swim shorts.
Oh, well, that's going to come out. I mean, that came out in the pods.
But what if it doesn't? And I don't see it until we in the Mexico trip. Or with the American flag socks.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. You
let's say
America too
no,
hard.
no. Let's say this. You fall in love. He proposes, right? And you're like, great, yes. The reveal, and he's wearing an American flag tie, and he's a white man. You gonna sit there and tell me you still gonna be there? Be like, yup, this is my man. Because and you gonna kiss him, okay? I for sure I'm gonna be like, you know what, y'all got me the wrong one. This ain't the one.
No, you gonna be like Irina. That's how she was when she saw Zach. She's like, what I signed up for?
Right? Like, no, bro. That's why I don't. As much as I would want to participate and be like, because then I can't go around and be like, are you brown? Are you know, like, that's not the first question that I'm gonna be like asking, you know?
Yeah. Well, you can't ask their ethnicity. They do ask their ethnicity. That's how Lydia was talking about how Puerto Rican she was.
But I don't think it was a you ask. I think it just comes out.
Oh no, I think that they asked questions like that. Yeah.
No, I don't remember. I thought it just came out. You know, I know some people did ask, "Do you speak Spanish?" Mm-hmm. You know, but no, because a white man can tell me that he speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, no, we're not doing this. So that's my only thing that, like, I cannot be with a white man. Like,
okay, so what if he not white?
And he's not white. And we good. Like, I fell in love and he's not white.
This is defeat the point of the show. Love has to be blind. Like, you fall in love with this man and he not wearing an American flag.
But if he's, I'm telling you, if he's white, I can't do it, bro. Because then I'd be scared when
You're
I meet the
gonna look at him and be like, "Oh, you white."
Yes.
But he could be like a Cameron white. Cameron from the first season with Lauren.
He's white.
But I feel like there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, a Cameron white is different than like a JP white.
I don't know. But point is, that's my fear. of being on the show?
I don't think I would look at a white man and be like, oh God, this failed.
I would.
But I will always, like, I want to have black children, like fully black children. And so I will probably think about that. Depending on how much I fall in love with them, but it may not matter anymore.
But as you go through the experiment, that's going to be in the back of your mind, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. Because then I'm thinking, like, if we have family events and we at your house,
I do worry about that.
The food's not going to be good.
No, I worry about what your family, like how racist your family is.
Family.
Like, you might not be, but they might be.
I don't know if my mother-in-law is going to be.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if my sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be thinking about the food, okay? Then I'm going to be thinking, like, your parties are going to be boring. We're going to be done by 8 p.m.
Not 8 p.m.
You know, like, then, yeah, no. Like, it's too much of a culture difference. Like, you know, for me at least. Like, it's a little, like, and then, like, when we get children and stuff, we start co-parenting. I might want to, like, you know, get the chancla with my kid, and you're going to be like, no.
Hey, I'm going to be like, no.
I'll be like, nah, you need the chancla. Come here. None of this soft parenting. Nah, I'm playing. I do, like, I'm not going to do that. But, like, you know, that's just.
Yes, she is.
No, I got hit with the chancla. I know how bad that hurts. Guy with the chancla and the belt, I'm good.
No, I worry about that type of stuff, even with black men, like, you know, discipline and stuff like that. But I don't know. I would like to say that I would be open, but I also feel like, you know, I have a bias to, like, wanting to be with a black man.
And that's not a really bias, though. Like, that's also, like,
I have a bias because I'm black. I want to be with a black man. That's a bias.
Is it a bias, or is it you just wanting to continue to?
It's a bias. It doesn't mean that it's bad, but it's still a bias. I
don't know. I guess, but
I have a bias against white men because they're not black. Like,
I mean that. I'm sorry, white men.
But we might be missing out on our perfect husband.
No, he is not.
Because we have in our mind that they should look a certain way.
Did you not just hear all the concerns we have?
I get what you're saying, but I'm also just saying, like, we have in our minds how our husbands should look, and we may be missing out on the right person because they don't look how we.
Okay, so, like, let's say a white-looking dude turns out to be mixed. He's half black and half white.
How is your half white side?
See, so it's not just of how they look.
It is. No, it's still some of the same concern because you are half white. Like, right. So you got a white side. Like, do you not talk to your white side? Like, you know, are they racist? You know, I don't know. Because just because you have them don't mean they like you.
I don't know. I can't. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. We want what we want. I mean, I'm not sorry for wanting to be with a black man, but I do think about that. Like, am I missing out on something?
The only thing I'm missing out on is in the money if I were to marry a white man. Well, no.
Because
I'm sorry.
We have money.
I don't.
No, I'm saying, like, we as in our races have money. You don't think you could find a Mexican man with money?
Unless he works in construction, no, it's not even gonna be good money.
Stop.
Unless they're a politician, no.
Stop.
Here, no. If I was in Mexico, maybe I'd find like a family.
I think there's plenty of Mexican people with money. Are they maybe a little bit harder to find? Yes, but they're there.
They're very hard to find, apparently, because
well, apparently the white men with money are hard to find too, because we ain't got those either.
Correction. We were to this restaurant. They were talking. The pharmaceutical people were in the back talking. Okay,
they didn't talk to us,
but they were talking. They were there. We found them. Don't mean they had to talk to us, but we found them. None of them dudes were. Well, I don't know. Maybe one was a minority, but majority of them were white. Mm. So they're there. We just didn't talk to them. They didn't talk to us, but they're there.
I don't know. I do worry that am I missing out on my person because I have this particular idea of how they should look. Not physical features, but race wise. Well, I mean, I guess I have some physical features that I prefer, but
right, 6 feet tall, and
I mean, yeah, that's what I prefer. But I've also dated people shorter than me, same height. Like those are
apparently I have a specific
flexible.
taste,
No.
so
you do. You are very particular.
So I'm like, maybe I'm missing out on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you are very specific. Like I think you have an idea of who your husband is, and I don't know if you're gonna find that exact person.
Look, if God gave it to me in a dream,
I don't think He gave it to you in a dream.
I don't know. It's been in the back of my head, so maybe.
I don't know. Maybe that's why we still single, because we don't want to date white men. I don't know.
I hope that's not the case.
I could date a white man, but I just don't see myself like long term with no white person. So like, it's just like, what's the point?
I don't know.
I guess the point is we would not go on Love is Blind.
I hope that's not the reason why I'm still single, because I'd be mad.
You'd be mad that...
I'd be mad that that's the reason why I'm single.
The reason why you're single is
because I'm not dating white men. I'd be like, bro... You know what I had thought about though? Because my sister loves like her Asian men, like Korean men. And I'm sitting here like, for real, what if I'm to be married with a Chinese dude?
Yeah, like they may not even be white. Right. Like, what if I'm supposed to be married to a Mexican?
Or what if we're supposed to be married to Italians? I hope it's not Spaniards, because then I'll be really mad. But
wouldn't it be funny if I end up married to a Mexican and you end up married to a black man?
I think it's because we're so close that we just look for each other and our partners. That'd be so crazy. But yeah, like I have thought about that, right? Like I have, because my sister's so into Korean men that I'm like, oh, what if I end up with a Korean man? I don't know.
Would you be more open to a Korean man than a white man?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Because their culture is very similar to ours in a way, and it's like even like religion wise, right? Like they're Catholic and we're Catholic, and then just even like the way they discipline their kids are very similar to the I'm gonna get the chancla. Maybe there's not a chancla, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's very
like we get the chopstick. That was racist. I'm sorry, and that's for Chinese people.
But you get me. Like it's their culture is very similar to ours, so. I feel like, yes, I'll be more open to that than a white man. Now, a Chinese I don't know.
But they're Asian.
Right, but I don't know their culture.
But you have a particular Asian?
I don't know their culture. I don't know the only reason
Korean specifically.
Yeah, like I only know the Korean culture because my sister, right, and she's had me watch K-dramas and stuff, But I don't watch these other dramas from other ones.
I don't know. Maybe we've already met our husbands and we're just waiting for them to come back around.
I know you're not talking to me. Because the ones that have been around me are not husband material.
I used to always think that, like, I think that I had already met my husband, even if it maybe somebody I dated before, maybe somebody I met in passing. Like, like I just felt like...
I hope it's somebody I met in passing.
I used to have that feeling that I had already met him, and then at some point around, we would come back around. But...
It is October 20th.
It's been a long time since I used to think
2023.
So.
I mean, I don't know. I hope it's not nobody I know. I don't think none of the men that I know are husband material.
I don't know.
Or maybe we come back when they're healed and I'm healed and, we went through our whatever.
Maybe not.
Right.
I don't know. What if we don't get married?
I have thought about that. I've thought about that a bunch. Recently, actually. I've thought about that a lot. And I'm coming to the idea of like if it doesn't happen, then I should be okay with it.
I think I'll be okay with not being married. I'm not okay with not having a kid.
But here's my thing too, right? Going back to Love is Blind, my fear too is to become like Lydia and just with the
Take
first
anybody.
person. Yes.
Stop,
that is
Lydia like that.
no, but like you get what I'm saying, right? Like I don't
being so desperate or wanting love so much,
right?
Yeah.
I don't think desperate's the right word, but yes,
yeah,
wanting to be loved.
Right? She wasn't desperate.
yeah. No, I don't think she
wanting
was
love,
wanting
so
to be loved by that person, right? My fear is that I get to that point and then I end up with somebody I don't want to be with, and the reason I say that is because through generations, the women in my family have done that. Mm-hmm. You know, so that is my fear. Yeah, because a lot of the women in my family they were divorced, or they sucked it up through so many years, or they were in a DV situation because of that. You know, and that is one of my fears that I'll end up like that.
Yeah,
which I don't want to. I want to be loved correctly. You know.
Yeah,
but that's a different episode.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. We got a lot to unpack with this dating thing. But, I mean, we have a lot of trauma and stuff we got to work through.
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of toxic, like, not toxic. Well, I guess toxic. But toxic thoughts, behaviors, anxious thoughts that, like, really impact, like, how I date people. And it, honestly, sometimes it leads to, like, self-sabotage, you know? So the thing that I'm trying to prevent ends up happening anyways because of my anxiety about dating.
Right.
So that's something I'm trying to work on. You know. But I feel like some of this stuff you can only work on when you're dating. Like a lot of this stuff is hard to work on your own. Mm-hmm. You know, because I felt like I got to a point on my own that I'm like, okay. And then you start dating somebody and it just highlights the issues that are there for you.
Right. You bring them up to light. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh, I thought I fixed this, but I guess not. I got to go back to the drawing board.
And sometimes you can only fix certain things with someone. And that's like, I think that's why I like Lydia, because I do feel like that she will fix some of the things with Milton.
Right. And vice versa. I think Milton will fix things according to what Lydia's needs are, you know? I just hope Milton doesn't become a crybaby too, but
oh gosh, no, he won't. But yeah, so that's our thoughts.
Yes, on Love Is Blind and this crazy season, you know, and then our own
crazy seasons. I don't know what season I am in. Well, I'm in a breakup, ready to date season. I almost said makeup, and God no.
I'm in a single, no dating app, no texting nobody season.
Yeah. Well, we talked about, my breakup the last episode. Well, we said a lot and didn't really say a lot at the same time. I do feel like at some point I do want to explain details of what happened. Because there's a lot that's happened since we filmed that podcast. So
a lot has happened
since we filmed that podcast, and I feel better overall, and so I feel like giving details now won't come from a bitter place,
right? And
I feel like before it would have came from a bitter, like, I really dislike you place, and now it's coming more from like an acceptance of
of what happened.
So I do feel like, maybe at some point we will
address
the details of what happened, to give people some more understanding.
Yeah.
So
that'll probably be the next episode.
Maybe. Yeah. And then I guess we'll keep talking about dating. Maybe at some point we will both be dating. Yeah. I don't think I wouldn't say that I'm dating now.
No. I wouldn't say that either. My phone is dry. But like I deleted my dating app. The guy that was trying to date me, I don't think I'm seeing him, and after this I'm just gonna end it.
Yeah. I do think I'm working up to that, but I don't think I'm ready right now. I wouldn't say right now in this moment that I'm dating.
No, after that dating app I realized I wasn't ready to go back out there. I was like, yeah, nah. Not right now.
But I mean, I'll be curious how our content changes once we are dating, and hopefully happily dating,
and hopefully soon.
Yeah, I hope it is soon too. Like
I feel it coming. It's coming
too.
soon.
I feel it.
I do too. I've been feeling it recently. I just don't know in what way, but I know it's coming. But I've been like, just, you know, like, okay, maybe that's why I need to get off these dating apps. Maybe it's gonna be naturally, and you know. But I've had the thought maybe somebody's coming back. So, but I'm just focusing on me right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That is that.
All right. Well, make sure y'all follow our social medias.
Yes.
At MBS Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Make comments, likes. Give us some suggestions. Because y'all are not on our live. I'm just playing. For those that have, I appreciate y'all. The 2 that are always on. Let us know if we crazy. Yes, do let us know. If we are being too selective, if we are missing our husbands because we don't want them to be white. Or if you're not just like or if you want to date. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we'll see y'all in the next one.